Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Alex. No, this is not another episode of Dragon Ball Z. That will be a video that will be done maybe a day or 2 days later, but this is another video that I'm making because I forgot that we have the college football game coming up this Saturday. It's going to be, yes, I had to get a piece of paper and write this down. It's going to be Alabama versus Ohio State college football national championship game. Now, this is going to be the highly most watched, most anticipated matchup in all of college football history. You got Alabama, who has a history of winning championships. You got Ohio State, who has won at least three, maybe four championships in college football. It's Division One versus Division One. It's the best of the best versus the best. These are two superpower teams. Alabama's number one in the nation. They are number one for a specific reason. They have the best offense, best defense. They have a lot of firepower. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. They can play on both sides of the football. And Coach Nick Saban is going to coach the Alabama to an incredible, thrilling victory. They're going to win the football game. Why? I'm going to give you three reasons why Alabama's going to walk away with another championship. There has not been nobody this season that could touch Alabama. Every team in Division One college football for the season that have tried to go against this juggernaut has been beat. They played LSU. They blew out LSU. They played Florida. They beat Florida. They played Florida State. They beat Florida State. They went up against Texas. They beat Texas. They beat Texas A&M, University of Texas. There's like at least 4 or 5, maybe 6 schools in all of Texas. They've beaten at least 4 out of those 6 schools that are from Texas. They flat out beat Georgia and Georgia State. They beat a lot of people. They even beat their division rival Auburn. So they've beaten all the people in their division and won the division championship, and they're now going to win a championship. What better way to finish a college football season if you're Alabama? You got the best players, the best program, the best coach, the best offense, the best defense. What's the best way to end the season? By winning a championship, right? Well, this is a prediction. And bear with me. Alabama, Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Lakers, in that particular order. Now, whether y'all like Alabama or y'all don't like Alabama, they're going to win the championship. For those reasons that I just clarified, that's why they're going to win the championship. Ohio State is going to be very competitive. The first 2, maybe 3 quarters, the game's going to get competitive. Somewhere in the second or in the third quarter is going to become painfully obvious that Alabama's going to walk away with the championship. There has not been nobody this whole entire season that could beat Alabama. You know, the championship game is January 11th. Last time I checked, if you look on the calendar, that's either a Saturday or a Sunday. Most of these championship games are always on a Saturday, nevertheless. Sometimes it could be on a Friday, sometimes it could be on a Saturday, sometimes it could be on a Sunday. It all depends on the schedule. But from my information and from what I gather, usually a Friday or a Saturday is when these games kick off. It's going to be competitive. Ohio State won their division championship. Same thing with Ohio State. They've played people in the season. They've beaten people in the season. Both teams have beaten LSU, Florida, Florida State, Georgia, Georgia State. Both teams have played Texas and have beaten Texas. And now they're about to face each other again. This is an old school rivalry. They have played each other, and I think, in 45, 50, 60 plus years of history, these two teams have met 4, maybe 5 times in the championship game. Some people might say 2 or 3. I say 4 or 5. I'll double check my sources on that. But who's going to win? Because I'm going to give you the official score. It's not perfect. Most of the time, when I predict football games, whether it's pro basketball, pro football, whether it's college football, usually I come close. I usually get the winner correct, and I always get the score wrong. Or I get the score correct, but I get the team wrong. Every once in a while, I might get the score and the team correct. I apologize if you guys see the light. I do apologize. The light is very distracting. But I don't want to, film in the room and my dad's in the room because that's rude and disrespectful. And I'm in his house, and there's rules when you're in your parents' and grandparents' house. So that's why we're in the restroom. It sucks. It's not my ideal place for filmmaking. I might get lucky. Who knows? If he's even in there, which I probably is. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So basically, he's in the room, so that's why we're in here. All right, let's finish this video. It's not supposed to be this long of a video, and again, I apologize for the light. All right, it's gonna be Alabama wins, national championship. The score is probably gonna be 40 to 42 to 32. I want to repeat: Alabama will win the national championship and national college football game, 40 or 42 to 32. So Alabama's probably going to possibly blow this team out and run away with the victory. Now, the first two quarters, it'll be competitive. Now, somebody might say, what if there's an upset? Okay, well, Alabama lost the championship 2 or 3 years ago. That was the upset. And they have bounced back from that. And this is their championship. This is Alabama's year. Again, I apologize for the light. Again, I apologize for the light because it's very bright. Y'all like, man, Alex, can you find a better place to film? I know the feeling. Alabama's gonna win the national championship. That's all there is to it. It's not about if I'm a fan of this football team. I know my college football, just like I know my pro sports. Alabama wins the championship. The score is going to be 40 to 42 to 32. Now, for some reason, if Ohio State can upset this football team, score might be similar, but I'm gonna ride and fall with Alabama. Usually when I pick Alabama to win throughout the season, they usually win. They might have lost maybe one, maybe two games at that. Most of the time when I pick them to win, they usually win. So I'm gonna say Alabama takes the championship. I know some people might get upset at me saying Alabama's flat out gonna win, but that's the score. Now that might be too big of a score, but I'll put if Ohio State can upset. If they can upset, which you got to play all 4 quarters of a college football game. Ohio might be able to match the offense of Alabama, but I don't think they can match the physicality, the strength, the power. Too much firepower from Alabama. So even if you can match the defense or the offense, you can't match both. And if Ohio State can stay in the game, sorry, I had lunch earlier. If Ohio State can stay in the game for 4 quarters, they might have a chance. The only way I see Ohio State winning this championship is if you can somehow force overtime and have overtime in your favor. But other than that, Alabama's going to win the national championship. Score is going to be 40 to 42 to 32. That is who's going to be your winner. Nick Saban is going to be a coach that wins another championship for this great program, Alabama. So before people start rushing into the comment section and saying, "Oh, he likes Alabama, he on Alabama," I have a team in college football. They're not going to the championship this year. You might say I like LSU, but that's my best friend's college football team. I'm more of a Florida, Texas. If my team UCLA don't go, which that's another division, that's a whole another different division. This is Division 1 college football. So next time, peace.